Good evening and welcome back to the Tonny and Tim show. I'm Tony.
And I'm Tim.
Of course, welcome back to that very long break that we took. There was a lot of football that was happening in the past couple of days, over the past 10 days, Tim. Yeah. We've posted all those results, all those predictions on our Facebook page, the Tonny and Tim show. Of course, where you never miss any moment in world football. But of course, we had another big weekend in the Premier League. Of course, with all those predictions that we had said to you, but there was big action on Saturday evening when Manchester City took on Spurs at the Etihad Stadium.
Tony, that game, most of the people thought Tottenham would have had a say, but just like it has been for every week in, week out, Man City come out on top and they won this comfortably.
Well, of course, no one expected the nature of the win. Yeah. We might have expected that maybe Manchester City would be able to beat Spurs, but the nature of the win, the ease with which they were able to run over this Spurs side, and of course, Spurs had tried to stay in the game even up to the 60th minute. The game was still at just a 1-0. The goal that they considered in the 15th minute from of course Ilkay Gundogan. But after that, in the last 30 minutes, Spurs almost losing the plot.
Yeah, they lost the plot. I recall at the start of the second half, Tottenham looked the better side. They even had quick corner kicks in that period. And after the 5 minutes, it just fizzled away and they were off. Tony, you could not identify the Spurs team. They were just trying to injure the opponent team, and I thought Pochettino lost the plot and we don't know what next for the Tottenham team.
Of course, it will be very interesting to see how they bounce back in a game against the City side that we have talked about time and again, very scintillating going forward. Yeah. But this was a game where they showed off their good defense as well, with having people at the back plugging in, just Fabian Delph coming in at left back for the injured Mandy, and Mangala, of course, coming in as well. But keeping this Spurs side out to almost the 55th minute when they had the first shot on
goal. Tony, when the game was about to start and you look at the lineup, I thought Harry Kane would be licking his lips saying, I'm facing
Mangala.
And Mangala, these are goals. And to be honest, I also thought maybe Harry Kane was going to have a say. But I don't remember him having a shot on target, Tony. He was totally off. Dele Alli was not seen. Eriksen, yes, he had a goal, but poor performance from him too. Then you start wondering, Tony, is it the Man City that is too good, or Tottenham was poor in the day? I just cannot figure out which of the two.
Of course, Manchester City were good on the day, but have been good all season. Yeah. That was their 16th game in a row.
It's a record.
It's a record for all standards. Yeah. They are very good. If they keep going like this, like we've said before, they may break the 100-point barrier by the end of the season. They have very simple games coming up, ideally on paper. Yeah. So this should be, and it was a very interesting performance for Hugo Lloris in goal. He was having a nightmare.
It was a nightmare, Tony. But some of these goals, like the shot from De Bruyne, you cannot blame Venom. You cannot blame this Hugo Lloris. He sees it, but it's too powerful. It hits his head. I even thought it was out, but it was back in the day.
It was very interesting. Of course, City players, almost each of them having a very good day. De Bruyne in particular, who had an ankle stamp, of course. Dele Alli almost taking out his ankle. Almost 2 minutes before he ran on the other end and scored. Yeah. And it was a very interesting performance also for Ilkay Gundogan, who was coming into the game in place of Silva, who we were told was missing because of personal reasons. Yeah. But in front we have Sterling and Sane, guys who have had a very positive partnership this season.
I think these are the two guys who have made this team also look again very good. Yes, the midfield is good.
Pace with the
pace. So these guys in the midfield, Silva, De Bruyne, just pass the ball with ease. And then these two guys stretch out the full backs of the opponent team. I looked at this number 2 of Tottenham. Trippier was not in the game. I think the very first touch of Sane made it past him, and I'm really worrying because Tottenham is about 21 points off the pace, and they were meant to be challengers, but they're not. You cannot be challenging when you're 21 points off.
Of course, Tottenham started very well in this season. Everyone might have thought that they would give it a go.
Yeah.
This is almost their third season in a row that they're trying to push and push at the top, but now they find themselves in 7th place, even below Burnley that they play next.
Yeah,
of course, in a very interesting game. They are 1 point away from each other, and they would hope that probably that's when they should come back closer to the top 4, which is looking also increasingly tough this season for any team to get into the top 4. Because very interesting things there, and Manchester City having games, next 3 games before they close out there, they have Bournemouth, Newcastle and Crystal Palace, all teams in the bottom half.
Those are 9 points. Those are 9 points. Let's tick the box for that.
Oh man, it looks very, very certain that Manchester City are running away with this trophy. Of course, Guardiola is trying to downplay that of course those suggestions, just like we saw in Leicester winning side when Ranieri was trying as much as possible to deflect that kind of attention. But of course, it was a big, very positive win for Manchester City. They go marching 16 games in with wins all around, very, very big margin between themselves and Manchester United, who are chasing there. Of course, 11 points still the gap that is. But on Saturday, we also had very, very interesting results. Narrow wins for Chelsea. Chelsea 1-0 against Southampton.
Yeah, so it was a narrow win, and I thought it was going to be a hard game for Chelsea. Looking at how many games they are playing now, we know all teams are going to have games fast and thick now. But Chelsea had that one goal, the free kick from Alonso Tonny. I still think the keeper, Foster, should have done a better job. Yes, you can maybe forgive him saying he didn't expect Alonso to take it. Yeah, I think a keeper should be able to get there, Tony. But you look at Southampton, they tweaked the formation. They started with Gabbiadini. I thought this Englishman, Charlie Austin deserves to be started.
He's definitely been in very good form.
I don't know why Tad did not play this game. So you look at the team and you're like, they should have had a goal. And then by the way, they wake up in the last 10 minutes and they try to have a goal. They had 1 or 2 chances, but still you would have thought Chelsea was the team going to have this.
Of course, interesting that you mentioned Gabbiadini there. He didn't have any sort of impact until Charlie Austin came on. We saw him having almost 2 very good chances to level that game. But of course, Chelsea winning those 3 points and putting them comfortably in 3rd place on 38 points, just 3 points behind Manchester United. It was a very brilliant game, of course, very tight across 90 minutes. Another narrow win, Arsenal they had that against Newcastle, a team that has slipped into the relegation zone.
Yeah, I think Newcastle has to worry for themselves. But Tony, I want to mention the brilliant goal from Ozil. That technique and power behind the ball. I keep saying, is Ozil worth the contract is asking for £300,000? I think he is, because he's the one ticking the boxes in the Arsenal front 3. He's coordinated, yes. When Sanchez has a day off, Ozil always tries to come up with the goods. And Arsenal should have had maybe 2-3 in this game. They should have seen off this game, but they let it drag into the last minutes, and there were some scares. Hosen tried, I think, to beat Czech. There was a deflection there.
Jacob Murphy had a nice attempt.
He also had one. So Arsenal is they're trying to keep the pace. 5th is still too much for them. I think Arsenal fans are about to realize that yes, they cannot win the trophy, but they should be inside the top 4. And I think Wenger should know that. And you just mentioned it, Tony, that it's going to be tricky this time, the top 4 teams, and Arsenal should be looking into getting the top 4.
Of course, Wenger and Arsenal cannot afford that 2nd season in a row outside the top 4. They are not in the Champions League this season, which is already a big dent on Arsene Wenger's CV.
Yes.
It's a competition that he was proud of going to. It was an improved performance from Arsenal, especially with the positives that we saw from Jack Wilshere in this midfield.
Yeah, I think Jack Wilshere is back, and there was an article saying we are all looking at Ozil, Sanchez, and Lacazette, but this boy, every time he comes back, I think it's a game or 2, and he starts stamping his foot. And yes, it was a good game by Wilshere.
Of course, very, very interesting result there. And on Sunday, we had other big games. West Brom hosting United at the Hawthorns and losing that game 1-2 to United.
Yeah, problems for West Brom. They changed the coach and brought in Alan Pardew, but it has not worked for him. He's not yet won. Actually, yesterday, it was his first ball in his tenure, so you're starting to worry if he left the right change as was confirmed. But nonetheless, well for United, they're trying to still hang on to the second spot, Tony. I was just disappointed Lukaku not celebrating.
Which is something that we can't understand.
What do you think of, was it against from a club, or it's just hard that there's been a lot of talk against Lukaku?
Of course, everyone will point at him like that. That's the second game in a row that he's scoring and he's not celebrating. Strikers need for goals. He should be celebrating. We saw him celebrating against Everton, another former club that he's played for. So he should be celebrating. And even when there's a lot of talk and a lot of pressure, when you celebrate, it should be able to show in your performance, in your response, in your reaction. You can't keep shouting.
And also to respect the traveling fans, Tony. These guys want to see the team that's excited.
They want to get excited.
Exactly. We should all be celebrating together. So I think Lukaku he's not here to do the research. No.
Do you think Mourinho has asked this guy not to celebrate goals?
I think so. Lingard did celebrate his, by the way, but when Lukaku scored his goal, Mourinho also did not celebrate. If you watch the flashback, the replay, he just sat there, though his assistant, he's jumped. So it's something I think we shall be able to digest in 2-3 games from now.
Of course, in Mourinho's post-match conference, he was saying that it's wrong for players to celebrate if it's not like a winning goal or if it's not at the close of the match and all these things. But I believe every goal, even if it's in the first minute, ought to be celebrated. Maybe the last time you celebrated, for example, if you take a lead and then the other team turns it around, you should at least have had your moment in the game. So for me, who happens to score a few goals every time and do a good goal pitch, I think every goal ought to be celebrated. It doesn't matter which magnitude of a game you're playing in. And I think it's wrong and disrespectful for Lukaku not to celebrate. If it happens against a former club, it is understandable sometimes. But you can't do it 2 games in a row. I don't think it brings out the positivity. But of course, in Manchester United's team, another guy that's having a purple patch in December has been Jesse Lingard.
Yeah, Tony, and we've discussed this off air that Jesse Lingard seems to be having now a guaranteed starting spot. And that means one of the guys who has been starting has to be on the bench.
Of course, that affects usually Mkhitaryan and Martial.
Exactly. And why benching a player who's scoring? He's had a big falling in the last 3. So, me, I'm saying maybe let him play. It's his moment. He's in the zone. So let him play. When he gets off form, put him on the bench. For now, use him.
Of course, it was a positive result for Manchester United. They still find themselves 11 points behind the leader, Manchester City. But they need to keep chasing. They shouldn't wait for Manchester City to fall. You must win your games in this kind of position. And that's what they did on Sunday afternoon. And of course, after that game, we had Liverpool taking on Bournemouth away and beating them 4-0 away from home.
Yeah, Tony, I call it a revenge. I thought I was basing my prediction on last season's results where Liverpool lost 4-3 and let goals from Bournemouth. But this time Liverpool, right from the onset, they were clinical. And I think one thing, Tony, this Liverpool team has stopped conceding a lot of goals.
They're very positive.
They're having clean sheets. I think the last 3 games they've had 2 clean sheets. And it seems Klopp is sorting out the defense and his attack is just blustering. Mane is not playing in this team. These guys are scoring a lot of goals, Tony. I'm just trying to figure out, can Mane come back to this team? The team looks complete without him. So, well done, Klopp. Is Liverpool team. I think the Liverpool fans are enjoying the moment.
Of course, they definitely should be enjoying that moment. That win taking them into 4th spot. Of course, in a tight affair, like we said, the top 4 this season is going to be very, very tight. With Burnley, the likes of Burnley trying to punch above their weight. It was a positive result for Liverpool, of course. Mo Salah continuing his brilliance. He is now the league's top scorer, of course. And he's had a very, very fantastic start to life in his
Tony, anything Salah does in the box just happens.
But was his goal this time very cheap to give away?
The goal looked cheap, but every time an attacker rounds a defender, the keeper cannot easily digest what he's going to do. And he was losing balance and he swept it in. That distance is so close for a keeper, and Begovic did not play out. Though I try to blame the defender.
I think the defense was
did not keep it
out after Xavi was defending.
Yeah. So, but he's a guy everyone is fearing. Every time he comes on, you're like, what is he gonna do? What's going on? So you have the thought of maybe not rush that he's gonna do anything. And he's in that moment where defenders are fearing him, and he must utilize that moment. I remember at the time Ronaldo used to do that. He just gave the ball. Thierry Henry used to do that too. So it's a Salah moment right now.
Does it give Klopp problems ahead of this very busy festive period? Do you bet Salah?
It must give him problems too, because Salah has played almost every game and yet he's his best player. Then you look at, okay, we have Arsenal next. I cannot bet Salah. But maybe after Arsenal, you might see they have one of the bottom teams. That is the time you can bet. You need this guy to be fit on. But against Arsenal on Friday, no, he has to start.
Of course, it's a dangerous problem. And there was Coutinho, of course, coming out with this magic, pieces of magic every time he touched the ball, this guy. I think the talk of Barcelona has certainly lifted him. There was chaos at the beginning of the season where they were saying that he was unfit and then went out and played for Brazil.
Yeah.
But he has bounced back a bigger and better player this season.
Yeah.
And every Liverpool fan should be wondering if they'll have him at the end of January.
Yeah, Tony and Barcelona is going to come back now. They're going to come back and they're going to remember that discussions are happening. We do not know are they positive or negative to the Liverpool guys. But every time Coutinho holds the ball, he has this confidence. He drives in and he shoots at the moment when everyone seems to have given up. Because look at his goal, he drives in, gets more chances.
Keeps taking, keeps running.
Exactly, and that makes defenders keep backing up. And it's so simple. Just the ball. This Coutinho guy, he's a Liverpool player. And these are the guys that are making money paying to get to this team.
But how of course Liverpool was playing a 4-3-3 formation with of course Henderson, Chamberlain and Wijnaldum in midfield. How does Mane get into this team? He hasn't done anything wrong to warrant him being on the bench, not even getting any minutes in this match. It must be a tough time for Mane.
It must be a tough time. We had thought maybe Salah was the guy to be on the bench, but after he started scoring goals, he has a starting position. You cannot bench Coutinho at all. It's too good also, because if you realize when Coutinho was off this Liverpool side, that's when Sadio Mane was playing in it. And then you try to look at maybe Firmino, you're like, no, this is a number 9. Mane is better than Mane.
He has definitely improved as a number 9. And Firmino didn't come as a number 9. He was playing number 10 in most of the night.
Exactly.
But he has definitely improved in that number 9 position. He's running.
He plays a false 9.
He plays as a false 9. He's very, very simple. He has a lot of energy. He plays well. I appreciate the effort that he has been putting in. It's going to be a very difficult time for Mane, of course, as we edge towards the World Cup, of course. And Senegal already qualified for that tournament. So it's a very tough time for any sort of player to take. A player of Mane's ability, of course, must be looking at the coach and asking questions. But of course, it was a very brilliant weekend of results. So many big results around the league team, any of the ones that you picked up.
Yeah, the biggest result for me was Tony Crystal Palace winning away at the King Power Stadium, beating Leicester 3-0. Benteke coming with the goal. Remember last weekend he had missed that late penalty. And then Zaha, Tony, the Zaha we are watching. I think this is the Zaha United that goal. But then the third goal, Bakary Sako. So
it was a brilliant goal.
I think we mentioned Hodgson if he was going to bring impact. But I think we have the answer.
I definitely have the answer.
The other game, Tony, I think you again have answers. Was David Moyes. We thought West Ham was not going to pull this West Ham side. But I think the one positive for Moyes is to transform Anatovic. He's become the beast that Tony we expected him to be, and he's playing brilliant, this Anatovic guy. Winning also 3-0 against Stoke. Those are the two results Tony
has Moyes had a masterstroke by benching Joe Hart and doing good?
Masterstroke.
Because we talked about how many goals Hart was conceding.
Exactly. I thought Adrian was better, but because it's England's number 1, Billy's maybe succumbed that pressure. But Moyes is like, I've come to do the job.
I need to make some changes to see.
And I think he even took a gamble to play Adrian, and he did wonderful. He said, okay, let me keep you there, and he's doing the job.
He's definitely done a very, very brilliant job there. And of course, these are two teams that have bounced back. And of course, in another of tonight's games, another very, very rejuvenated side in Everton take on Swansea, who find themselves currently in 20th place. A place that Paul Clement
I do not know why Paul Clement is still having the Swansea management should be firing Paul Clement. The team doesn't look to be going anywhere.
Of course, he should be hoping for more better performances, especially after we've seen a couple of good reactions from Wilfred Bonner, a player that they signed from Manchester City this season. He has had, I think, 2 or 3 goals in the past 4 games. So he should be backing on that hope that maybe Bonner is getting back to his best that we saw when he was playing at the South Coast. And of course, it's very interesting because Everton find themselves in a very, very positive run of form right now.
Tony, when you look at the table, you can't believe Everton and
Find themselves in 10th place.
almost getting relegated.
It's very interesting turnaround.
That's why sometimes coaches are fired, Tony. Because these are the same players who have delivered the results. So you say, Koeman could have been the problem in this team. And
of course,
just worked well for us.
Sometimes when you buy a lot of players, it's a problem to gel at the beginning. Maybe that's where Ronald Koeman got it wrong. And of course, we mentioned about the selection. He was struggling there, putting players in the wrong position. Sigurdsson playing in weird positions. People like Aaron Lennon not getting a look into the side. It's a problem whenever you buy many players because the players that you find there, you usually don't give them a chance. Sometimes.
And the big news for Everton is Bolassi might be in the squad of today.
It will be very interesting to watch him.
That guy is so skilled and I love watching Bolassi.
It's a very, very interesting. I definitely look forward to looking at him in that game. Of course, he's been out for almost a year, and he should be a player that should be getting a run in this team. He's definitely very, very skilled. And of course, we had big news elsewhere, of course, over the weekend with Real Madrid winning the Club World Cup at the weekend with the Cristiano Ronaldo goal. They are cementing his place as the Ballon d'Or winner, of course. Madrid now getting 3 Club World Cups equally to Barcelona, who are the very fierce rivals. And of course, this morning we also woke up to the news of Ricardo Kaká, the former Brazilian international, retiring from football at the right age of 35.
I think the right age for him to leave the scene is given his all to this football game, and thanks to Kaká, I hope he comes back as a manager or something.
Of course, everyone in the football world loves Kaká to death. And of course, last weekend on Friday evening, we had a very, very big game in Mobs, Nakawa. Of course, when we had the MTN IT team taking on the Friends of the Show, a game that the Friends of the Show won 1-0 through a solitary strike from myself.
Against me.
It was a very, very interesting game there. Of course, we'd like to thank all of you that turned up. We'd like to thank the friends of the show across the globe that sent us your love, that sent us all the wishes for that game. We had a beautiful evening. Everyone that turned out had a very, very interesting evening there. And of course, we'd like to thank you also for following the page, liking the predictions, liking the videos, share them on your pages as well. Invite your friends to like the Tonny and Tim Show. We are on YouTube as well as the Tonny and Tim Show. Still subscribe there to keep watching our videos. And of course, from us at the show, goodbye for now.
Goodbye.